Sylvester Stewart, widely known as Sly Stone, was born on March 15, 1943, in Denton, Texas, and passed away on June 9, 2025. He was a trailblazing American musician, songwriter, and record producer, best known as the frontman of Sly and the Family Stone, the legendary band that reshaped American popular music in the 1960s and 70s. Through his eclectic blend of funk, soul, rock, gospel, and psychedelia, Stone became one of the most influential figures in modern music. While James Brown is often credited with inventing funk, critics have said that Sly Stone perfected it. Publications like AllMusic and Crawdaddy praised his music as both euphoric and socially conscious, with deep influence on generations of musicians across genres. Sly Stone had an estimated net worth of $1 million at the time of his death. Early life and musical roots. Stone was raised in a religious household by his parents, Casey and Alpha Stewart, who were active members of the Church of God in Christ, COGIC. After moving to Vallejo, California, the Stewart children, including Sly, grew up surrounded by gospel music. With his siblings Freddie, Rose, and Loretta, he formed a gospel group called the Stewart Four, recording a local single in 1956. From an early age, Sylvester showed an unusual talent for music. He mastered keyboard by the age of 7 and could play guitar, bass, and drums by 11. In high school, he joined the Viscanes, a racially integrated doo-wop group that gained local popularity. He also recorded solo tracks under the alias Danny Stewart and played in multiple bands with his brother Fred. After graduating, he pursued music studies at Solano Community College. His nickname Sly came from a classmate who accidentally wrote his name as Sylvester during grade school, and it stuck for life. A career behind the scenes. In the mid-1960s, Sly became a disc jockey at KSOL, a soul music station in San Francisco. His inclusive playlists, which mixed black and white artists, were groundbreaking. At the same time, he worked as a producer for Autumn Records, where he produced records for white rock bands like the Beau Brummels, the Mojo Men, and Grace Slick's early band The Great Society. He played keyboard for numerous major artists, including Dionne Warwick, Marvin Gaye, the Righteous Brothers, and others. These years shaped his understanding of the music industry and gave him a chance to bridge musical genres and racial divides. Sly and the Family Stone. By 1966, Stone had formed a group called Sly and the Stoners, which featured Cynthia Robinson on trumpet. His brother Freddie had a band called Freddie and the Stone Souls with Greg Errico and Jerry Martini. The two groups eventually merged, along with bassist Larry Graham, forming Sly and the Family Stone, a racially and gender-diverse band, an unusual and powerful statement at the time. The group debuted in the Bay Area and gained attention for their energetic performances and socially conscious lyrics. In 1968, Sly's sister Rose Stone joined the band, completing the family-driven lineup. The band's music fused funk with other styles and tackled themes like racial unity, peace, love, and personal empowerment. They released groundbreaking albums like Stand and There's a Riot Going On, which pushed musical and cultural boundaries and became staples of the era. Famous encounters and rumors. During the late 1960s, Sly developed a friendship with producer Terry Melcher, leading to visits to Melcher's home, where he once encountered Charles Manson, though he didn't know who he was at the time. Stone also met Doris Day, Melcher's mother, and famously sang Que Sera, Sarah with her at the piano. Rumors of a romantic relationship between the two began circulating, though there was no truth to them. Marriage and personal struggles. On June 5, 1974, Sly Stone married actress and model Kathy Silva in a lavish ceremony held during a sold-out concert at Madison Square Garden. The wedding featured designer outfits by Halston and included elaborate plans for lasers, flying angels, and thousands of doves, many of which were canceled due to venue and animal rights concerns. The couple had a son, Sylvester Jr., in 1973. However, they separated in 1976 after their son was seriously injured by one of Sly's dogs. Silva later stated that she could no longer handle Stone's life of drugs and instability. Children and legacy. Stone had three known children: Sylvester Jr., with Kathy Silva, Sylviette, aka Fun, born around 1976 with bandmate Cynthia Robinson; Novena Carmel, born around 1982, who became a musician, performer, and co-host of Morning Becomes Eclectic on KCRW, a popular public radio program. His cousin, Moses Tyson Jr., is a noted gospel organist, continuing the family's deep ties to music. Enduring influence. Sly Stone's musical innovation and cultural impact spanned decades. His fusion of styles, his integrated band lineup, and his uncompromising creativity made him a pioneering figure in American music. From soul and funk to rock and hip-hop, his legacy can be felt in countless artists who followed him. Despite struggles with fame, drugs, and personal relationships, his music remained timeless and inspirational. Career. Rise to stardom. Sly and the Family Stone emerged as a groundbreaking musical group in the late 1960s. Their 1968 hit Dance to the Music introduced a vibrant fusion of funk, soul, rock, and psychedelia. The 1969 album Stand became a massive success, selling over 3 million copies and producing hits like Everyday People. That same year, the band delivered standout performances at major music festivals, including Woodstock and the Harlem Cultural Festival, cementing their status as trailblazers in American music. Subsequent singles such as Hot Fun in the Summertime and Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself Again expanded their influence and solidified their musical innovation. Creative tensions and industry pressure. With fame came complications. Sly Stone co-founded Stone Flower Productions to expand his creative reach, but increasing demands from Epic Records and political groups like the Black Panther Party placed pressure on the group. Internal disputes, especially between bassist Larry Graham and the Stone brothers, strained the band's unity. By the end of 1969, drug use and personal conflicts began to interfere with studio sessions and live shows. Only one new single was released between 1969 and 1971, though Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself Again became a funk classic. A darker turn, There's a Riot Going On. In 1971, Sly Stone released There's a Riot Going On, a darker, more introspective album reflecting the internal chaos. Sly recorded much of the album himself using overdubs and drum machines, signaling a shift in the band's dynamic. The album still achieved success but highlighted growing instability. Band members began leaving, Greg Errico and later Larry Graham departed due to tension and threats. Decline and breakup. The group continued with albums like Fresh, 1973, and Small Talk, 1974, but cohesion declined. Public interest faded, and the band officially dissolved in 1975 amid poor concert turnouts and erratic behavior. Former members went their separate ways, with some leaving the music industry and others forming new acts. Solo struggles and sporadic returns. Sly Stone pursued solo projects with limited success. He collaborated occasionally with artists like George Clinton and Funkadelic but remained largely out of the spotlight. Financial and legal troubles plagued him, including a lawsuit in 2010 against his former manager for unpaid royalties, initially successful but ultimately overturned. Legacy and recognition. Despite his struggles, Sly Stone's musical influence remained strong. In 2006, he received a Grammy tribute, and a 2010 tribute album featured artists such as The Roots and Maroon 5. A 2011 comeback album marked a brief return to the music scene. Enduring cultural impact. In the 2010s and 2020s, documentaries revisited Sly and the Family Stone's legacy, with Questlove's 2025 film adding new perspective. Despite a turbulent life, Sly Stone is celebrated as a pioneering artist who reshaped funk, soul, and pop, leaving behind a lasting legacy in American music. Death. Stone died in Los Angeles on June 9, 2025, at the age of 82. His family said in a statement provided to Rolling Stone that Stone had died of chronic obstructive pulmonary disease and other underlying health issues. Rest in peace, Sly Stone. You may have gone, but you will never be forgotten. Thank you for watching and kindly subscribe, like and share this video to family and friends.